freaky. Whoa! Boom, 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 Nightlife tapes.
Boom, boom,
Night
boom, boom, boom,
life
boom, 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 boom.
tapes. Honestly,
Not bad.
that wasn't bad. I
Not
can
bad.
dig that. I don't know what the fuck I did with my tongue at the beginning, but you know.
What we need to do is package up every little intro verse that we make and turn that into like our Nightlife Tapes album to promote the podcast.
Think it would sell?
No, but I think it'd be a good laugh.
You ain't wrong. At least you're honest. Oh man, episode 3.
Episode 3.
Trace.
I'm Choff.
I'm B-Walk.
And today we're gonna kind of talk about our loves and our hates about nightlife and DJing, and maybe share some stories about both sides of that magnificent coin.
There is a lot of loves, but fuck, there are a lot of hates.
Yeah.
What do you love about DJing now? Because you do a lot more private events than I do. You do a lot more weddings. Mm-hmm. I just choose to kind of stay away from that. I'm simple. I like to plug and play. I'm chill.
At the club and
go home. Look, I know I'm in there for 4 or 5 hours and I'm good. I'm making my bread and I'm dipping.
Yeah.
Weddings, you do sometimes that can be an all day thing. So like, what do you find joy in about playing music for people?
Yeah, I mean, I think it runs deep. I think the biggest thing, that has always gravitated me towards music in general before I even became a DJ was just the way that it kind of connects people and the way that we can all get lost in this moment through a song. I mentioned before, I was like in choir for, all of middle school and high school. And, I don't know, seeing all those people come together just in song and like it's just a magical way of kind of letting go of the world. And I definitely will say those same principles kind of carry with me through all the highs and lows of DJing, of just really being able to curate experiences for people, to curate an environment where people can, forget about their problems, lay it all on the table, lay it on the dance floor, get a little wild, do some things they're not going to remember, maybe some things they're going to regret, and to kind of get to facilitate that or conduct that almost with what you play. Something that keeps me crawling back for more, for sure.
I was in depth. I like that.
Yeah. I will say too, the non-conventional nature of it, like the hours, being able to do it just late nights, being able to just work off of a very non-conventional clock is something that I've found fits really well with my lifestyle.
Okay, I can do that because you do this full time. Like this is your career.
Yeah, full-time DJ, working DJ in the trenches with it.
For real though.
Yeah, it's like a lot of I think there's a lot of different ways you can go with DJing, and it's one thing to like, commit to a specific style or specific genre and like that's your thing and run that all the way to the galaxy. But part of what's kind of, I think helped me just keep going with it is just doing so many different things and kind of being able to take any event and like make it special.
Bro, you do a lot of different things. Like you posted a reel earlier today about 4 different gigs and how many hours?
48 hours of DJing, 8 gigs over 4 days.
God damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
Which included 2 9-hour sets and a 6-hour set.
That's ridiculous.
With a 2-hour break followed by another 4-hour set.
God bless you. I mean, the bag was right, but I know you was tired as hell.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, it's just like any job, you're like, if you work long hours, you're going to be exhausted. Mm-hmm. But the key to, some level of happiness in life is just finding a job that you really don't mind.
Facts. Big facts. I'm not a full-time DJ, so doing that is a little rough for me.
Yeah. I will say there's some magic in being able to just have a catalog that runs like okay, for example, it just runs so deep you can cover so many genres. But for example, like if you look at what my catalog was like 10 years ago when I was a couple years into DJing, like I would have basically just played trap and dubstep and some remixes for the whole time. Whereas like when I do a 9-hour set now, I'm starting with like funk and disco. I'm moving it into like a jackin' house kind of upbeat vibe. And then I'm like playing some pop records, moving into some hip hop. I'm playing like straight trap music for a bit. I'm bringing that back in with some, maybe some old school hip hop, maybe some like boom bap vibes, and then bringing that back to funk, and then like starting like kind of the process over. So,
and don't forget the Bill Nye remixes and the Barney remixes, and that stuff.
Yeah, I used to do that, but now I'm able to just like surf all those genres, and like you don't really get to realize how deep your catalog runs until you get those hours in. So like,
oh yeah.
I don't know. I find immense value, although it is a long time on your feet and like you're literally playing Tetris on expert level for 9 hours. It truly is exhausting. It's super rewarding and humbling, and it's, I like to call it mileage. Like mileage is mileage. If you get miles on the decks, call it hours, call it what you will. It's like, that's value. People don't see that all the time if you're like playing at residencies. There is so much value in just time doing the thing. It's going to make you so much better, especially if you're actively engaged in it. And like, I don't let myself get lazy during sets too much. I really try to like put the pressure on myself to, switch things up, figure out new blends, figure out ways to play records in a different way that you weren't playing them before. Mm-hmm. And I think, it really just kind of helps sharpen your tools when you do that.
See, this is why I need you in my life, because like I be getting lazy during sets sometimes. But I also think sometimes when you're, because I don't spread out as much as you anymore. I keep it a little more low key, and especially when you get to playing some of the same spots over and over, you have to be able to pull yourself out of that comfort and like really push yourself like you do. To make sure you're not playing the exact same shit. Yeah. And sometimes I fall into that. I'm very aware I fall into that. I can't stand it.
Well, you know what works,
Right.
So that, every time you play Oh My God by Usher, like it's going to be a smash. Like when you play the same spots, you kind of have it dialed in. But, start taking the songs you play late in the night and try to play them earlier in the night. Start finding,
just moving them around and whatnot.
Yeah, and like what I like to do, sometimes when I feel like I'm getting in too much of a loop, is I'll just go to my master library, I'll organize it by key and tempo, and I'll go through and like see what songs match with what I'm playing right now that have like almost no play count on my Serato. Like what have I not played much? And then you find so many new flows through doing that, and it's like that makes the time go by so much faster, dude. Like end to ending tracks, Pitbull all the way through into Usher all the way through. That's gonna make your night feel like an eternity.
Yeah.
If you're putting the pressure on yourself, flying through music, you're playing, 100 songs an hour or something like that. It's like, you're gonna really get a lot more out of that experience as a performer.
Facts, big facts. Man, you've been around the block. You got a lot of experience, and God, dude, I commend you for that, for those gigs in 48 hours. Good God.
Just doing what I'm put here to do, man.
God bless you.
What attracts you to DJing though? What keeps you going back every weekend? Because you work a day job too. You don't need to be out in the trenches like I am.
No, I just enjoy this shit. I truly just enjoy this shit. I have a full-time job, and I got another job on top of those two jobs. But I've always had an unbelievable love for music. Whole arm is tatted with all sorts of stuff. I since I was a kid, because I played several instruments.
They're all on there, right?
All my instruments.
You want to point to them as you talk about them?
I got what? My drums here. I got a saxophone. I got an old school record player. It needs to be touched up a bit. It's a little rough on a couple spots. Got an old school cassette tape that really shows my age. 90s baby.
Hey,
You
we
feel
out
me?
here.
It's funny because people see that they're like, you know what a cassette tape is? Yes, I know what a fucking cassette tape is. Yes, I know.
Bro, my first 3 cars had a cassette tape.
Like, get
Shut
the
up.
hell out of here, bro. And then when we were fortunate, we graduated to the cassette tape that had the wire coming out. That was the aux.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know what cassette tapes are.
I had the Chronic by Dr. Dre and like 2 Cypress Hill cassette tapes in my truck, and that was all I listened to.
See, you know what's up. Nah, man, music has just always been a love. You know, I started on the recorder.
Oh man,
Hot Cross Buns. You feel me?
Come on, bro.
Yup. Hey.
Let's go.
That was crazy. If someone made a remix of that shit, I'd actually go nuts.
I'm sure
and I think a lot of
plenty.
people would.
I'm sure there's plenty that exist.
Probably is. But yeah, I played saxophone for about 10 years. I played drums for, I don't know, 8 or 9 years. You know, and then I got into DJing, and man, I like to curate the party. It is fun being able to you're the reason a crowd reacts to certain things or feels certain things, and like that's an unbelievable feeling. Like truly, you know, people when they get some of their snap memories, and sometimes they don't want to remember some of the things that did happen or they don't remember. But knowing like, oh, they were here, they experienced this, or you know, they talk about, you know, something that went down like while this song was playing, the next day, something like that. Like, you're truly creating an entire environment, and it's dope. I absolutely love it. Also, you know, it's just controlling that environment, like getting crowd reactions. You know, as a DJ, getting crowd reactions to the shit you're playing, or like getting a reaction to a dope transition you did, like truly taking people on a journey for several hours a night is such a blessing.
It's fun.
Like it's a blast. Like, bro, you scratch some shit in, or you know, you do a hard start, like, you know, some crazy stuff, or you play some shit like people haven't heard in a while, and they're like, oh my god, and like, you know, and look to all the brothers, you know, that's out there getting twerked on, you know, hey, I'm here for you. I'm trying to do this for you. You know? so you know, that kind of shit, you know, that's why I do this. It's truly a blast. You know, while I can't stand happy birthday shout outs, you know, if it really makes your night to hear happy birthday shout out while you're popping bottles in a booth with your people, and stuff like that, like, cool. Like, you know, I don't like it, but like, but I'm gonna do it. I will absolutely do it, you know. So it's truly just curating the party, creating that atmosphere, helping create those memories, being a part of those memories. I had a bachelorette, bride hit me up not long ago and she randomly sent me a picture. She's like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but like last year I came to Fifth for my bachelorette party, and I took a picture with you, and she sent me the picture of me and her maid of honor, which was her sister. Yeah. I didn't remember, but I was like, that's cool. So
it's funny when you get those like years later too.
I'm like, I don't think that was me. I don't think I actually met you, but
I had that happen like maybe a couple months ago, and this chick was like, oh no, like we met years ago. I'm like, that's cool. Like I didn't believe her. I thought she was like totally lying, and she pulled up a picture of her and I like 3 or 4 years ago. I was just like, oh, good to see you. You're doing well.
Yeah, man. So being able to do that, like, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I truly enjoy nightlife. I'm a ride it as long as I can. You know, one of our biggest things, you and I both have said and continue to say, nothing lasts forever. So I'm trying to enjoy the moment while I'm in it, and make it last as long as I can. So
Preach.
You feel me? So now look, I love positivity and everything. It's great. I want to know I want to know what you can't stand about nightlife. I want to know the pet peeves because I got some. I want to know some of your pet peeves. What is stuff you struggle dealing with in nightlife? This is where the shit gets good. We all sappy. We like curating parties and making memories. No. I want to know some of the shit we be dealing with that you just like, bro. Y'all need to stop.
How deep you trying to go?
Nah. I wanna go a little deep. Go ahead, hit me with it, man.
Shoot, man. My pet peeves about nightlife. Wow, that's a tough one. Well, for one, I hate missing sleep.
Hey, facts.
I've grown to be, like I said, I'm forever grateful of it. But there are days, like when I'm doing 48 hours of DJing over 4 days, I'm like, damn, I would like to sleep right now. Whereas like most conventional jobs, you will always get off at 5 or whatever for the, something like that. So the sleep piece of it, I will say, doesn't get easier.
No.
It seems to get only harder.
Yes.
Which is okay. Entitlement is probably my number one pet peeve. Like if I had to put a finger on one thing that I just can't stand in nightlife, it's entitlement from every angle of it, from guests in the club, from talent buyers, people that book that just, not so much anyone I work with now, but like over the years, people I've dealt with that are they just think they're hot shit. They try to bully you. They try to squeeze you for all that you're worth. And they kind of, give the scene a bad name. That's a huge pet peeve because that stems from entitlement as well. Entitlement for people who like think they're going to hear, like they need to hear their song or they need to have their birthday shout out or like whatever and it is. And they want it now
before we leave.
Oh, right. You're about to leave now and I need to play your song now for you who's about to leave the party that we're having here. There's a pet peeve.
Part of that entitlement.
But in general, I just like, I mean, I guess this could be like a PSA or like this is how I just approach everything. But it's like, you're not entitled to anything in life.
Amen.
Like, even if you work hard and do all the right things and you're not entitled to shit. I don't care how long you've been doing a thing. I don't care whatever. Like the world kind of owes you nothing. That's the way I look at life.
Yep.
So when I see someone mad at me because I didn't play their song that's 70 BPM when I'm up here at 128, you're pissed at me, and I hear your song request. Like I'll probably play it later when I get down to 70. Dog, it makes my skin crawl. It like if it hits me at the right angle, it's so hard for me to shake it off sometimes because it just pisses you off. Yeah, I guess I just like I think the nightlife and just the world in general would be a lot better off if people just like understood that every minute is a blessing. The fact that you're even in this party right now is a blessing. Like so much had to happen for you to get to this moment. And I try to approach every minute of my life with that gratitude. And dude, nightlife is crazy for it because people are just drinking and like they just don't give a fuck. It's like your time to wild out. It's your time to like, it's my bachelorette party. It's my birthday. It's mine. So I think we kind of get a lot of that entitlement in nightlife. Would you agree?
Facts. And that's not just in nightclubs. That's in weddings. That's in all sorts of private parties. 100% the entitlement is arguably the worst part. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, I think in those private parties and things too, like, I'm a lot more understanding and
accepting.
If you're like demanding something from me and you're not super nice in the moment, but like this is your party and I'm just like, okay. Granted, it doesn't happen often because people are generally pretty nice in those scenarios, but
I would say in those situations, that is more related to guests of said private event. Like weddings is typically a random guest that is the entitled one because they're cousins with the bride, or
oh my God,
or I'm friends with you know so and so who hired you, so you need to play this now. Like, so it's usually not the people that hire you. Every once in a while, you might get a bridezilla. That's a thing. It's truly a thing. But usually it's the guests of those, and honestly, they can be a little more rough to deal with just because the atmosphere is just a little bit different. So like you have to tiptoe around that just a little bit more.
Yeah, and like when I mention all those things, I'm not even talking about private events. I'm more so talking about like a public party where I'm like, my job is literally to make this great for everyone, and you try to just make it about you, right?
Right. And honestly, I don't think a lot of people realize that about requests is song requests like can be very selfish.
It's a steep ask. Even if it's something I'm gonna play, it's like there's just so much has to come into play in my flow to fit in a request like 9 times out of 10. Very seldom do I get a song request I'm like, that would fit perfect.
Honestly, sometimes I get a request and I'm like, honestly, it just happened to be perfect timing. But there's a lot of times I'm like, I got to come back to that. It's going to be a little bit. I'll do my best. I'll get to it. And I hate taking if you tip me for a request, it has to be a really solid request for me to take it. Because if it's a request I can't guarantee I'm getting to, I'm not taking your money. I've had people, people get mad.
Depends on the tip.
I guess. I don't know. I've had people get mad because like if you take the tip and you don't get to it, then they're like, oh well, yeah, I fucking paid you, and it's even more entitlement now. So if I know I can't promise I'm gonna play it, I'm not gonna take the tip.
My trick to get around that is I just leave the money on the booth until I play the song.
I respect that. That's smart.
It's like if you get pissed and you want to come grab it, it's your money. I don't care.
But honestly, that's brave of you because I don't want you grabbing nothing around here. Don't touch nothing around my board. You feel me? Like I'll hand it back to you. If you really want it back, I'll give it back to you. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. This is my domain, personal bubble. But yeah. Also just note, a request is a fucking request. That means, and I believe I've said this before, a request, if you put in PTO work, it can get approved or denied. It's a request, right? It's a song request can get approved or denied. If I deny that shit, tough luck. Enjoy the rest of your fucking night. If I approve that shit, hey, I was looking out. It was a good song. You asked for it at the right time. But don't come up bothering me all night. Oh, but this song and this song. The more you ask me, the lower it moves down my list of shit to do. I promise to God.
Same.
I won't. If you continuously ask me and bother me all fucking night, I promise to God, you'll never hear that fucking song. And I'm gonna remember your face, and I'll make sure to never fucking play that song. I promise. The next time I see you, I know you're gonna ask for it. I'm not gonna fucking play it.
I think we just gotta recategorize those types of people. Like, they're not requesters, they're demanders. That is a song demand.
Yes.
So like from now on, no song demanders.
Yes. Now, granted, there have been times where I've simply forgotten, and they've come up one more time. They reminded me. I'm like, you know what? That was actually a good song, and I just forgot about it, so I'm going to run it for you. So that'll happen every once in a while. But for the most part, people just want to be annoying. But there's nothing more annoying. I don't know what the fuck COVID did to us. I don't know what it did. But look, don't hold up the fucking signs. I'm tired of it.
Oh,
you gonna hold that shit up all night. And honestly, I might hold up a sign back that says "fuck you."
I gotta grab my phone just so I can show you what like my pre-saved screensavers. 1 second.
Oh, hit me with it. No, don't hold up that sign. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. And honestly, it's brave of y'all to think my 4-eyed face can see that fucking far. You're in the back of the club and you expect me to see that little ass writing you put down? I wear glasses for a reason. I know it should correct my shit, but I still can't see that far. I ain't got binoculars on. What you got saved as screensavers?
All right, hold up. So I couldn't agree more. The phone shit has gotten so out of hand.
It's horrible.
Really, since COVID.
It's the worst thing that has ever happened. And I know the most famous of DJs have addressed this in their own interviews and podcasts. Nobody likes it. That shit is fucking annoying.
Nobody likes it. So my first one, stop.
Ain't nobody trying to
This is for when you get really annoying and you're in my face, or if you're holding it up and you see that I see you and you keep doing it, or you have your friends do it. This is what you get. You get stop.
The worst is when the whole group starts putting it up. That's a problem.
Because that just becomes toxic. Because then it's like everybody sees that, and like it's just like watching a car crash.
You look corny. I look like an asshole, and now we both out here looking stupid.
We both out here looking stupid.
I know you got another screensaver.
Yeah, this one right here.
Yes.
Oop. That's another funny one. People hold it up and there's nothing. This is $100.
Yes.
This is a very good chance that if you give me $100, your song's going to get played.
Yep.
This means I believe in you. This means I trust in your abilities. Pay up and I'll play your stupid Kendrick song or whatever it is you're trying to hear.
A lot of times you can get a lot of your requests by a simple tip. Like truly. I will give you my Venmo. My manager will give you my Venmo. All you got to do is pay up. Sometimes I'll play it.
I am 99% more likely to play your song if you lead with a $20 bill.
Facts. Or you're just nice about it. Because some of y'all come up and you're just assholes. Because hitting me with, but can you play it now because we're about to leave?
Fuck that. By the way, fuck that. You're about to leave.
It won't make me move faster.
Goodbye.
Bro. Enjoy the next spot you going to, or enjoy the crib. I don't. But like, do I look like your fucking maid? Do I look? Bro, slavery done ended. I'm not playing shit for you. Leave me the fuck alone. It's crazy, man.
Bro, you're going to love this one. You ready?
Hit me with it. Get a life.
That's my favorite one, because that means you just suck and you just need to enjoy your life and stop bothering me.
What's wild is when I actually do feel nice and I might want to see the request and their phone is black and I'm like, I can't see it. And they're like, and I'm like, no, you don't understand, bro. I don't know what you're showing me because the screen went black.
Or if they're on their notes app.
Yeah.
Because it's like so small. I'm like, dog.
Bro,
someone did this to me when I was at Electricity a couple weeks back. And I don't know if you've been there, but that stage is like huge, 20 feet from where you stand.
So you can't see shit up there, actually.
No, he's holding his phone. I was like, brother, like,
why
what do you think I have magnifying glasses for eyes?
You should have 20/20 vision, sir. See,
I have almost 20/20 vision. I can't see it.
That's impressive, actually. That makes me feel a little bit better. So I'm like, I got corrective lens and I can't see shit. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, that's easily that. I don't know. I have no idea why it randomly started from COVID, but like that was never a thing until COVID hit.
You think it's because all the young kids now like didn't know how to communicate and they just are on their phones all the time?
Probably.
So that's just like I mean, they probably text their friends when they're in the same room, because why wouldn't you just do that? You know.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I've done that.
I mean, I've done it when it's out of utility, but I don't just like you and I aren't gonna sit here and text our podcast. You know?
Oh, facts. Yeah, facts. I was like, I ain't gonna pretend like I ain't done that before, especially when I'm ready to leave. Hey, you ready to leave? You know, a quick text. Let's do it. You feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's easily entitlement and some of those requests, and it's not fully the request, it's just the way they're asked for.
Yeah.
Besides, you know, the phone holding.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Facts. Then other than that, any other crazy pet peeves?
I mean, I have so many, Brandon. How about you tell me one?
For me, I would say one of my biggest pet peeves. I mean, the request was huge for me. I'm not huge on birthday shout outs. I understand why people want them, kinda, but they're kind of annoying. And I think the way I hate birthday shout outs is because as soon as you do the very first birthday shout out of the night, all of a sudden, at least 60 people in that bitch got a birthday too.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, all of y'all motherfuckers got birthdays at the same fucking time? Y'all all happen to be here? The fuck out of here.
If I do that, I'll have someone else. Hopefully there's like security or someone there, and I'll just be like, collect all the names, and I'll be like, happy birthday, Erica, Stephanie, Miles, Kyle, Lindsay, and Chelsea. Woo!
Shout out my manager, because he does that for me in his notes app. He'll take down all the names. I'll run through them all at once. And if you ask for a birthday shout out a second time, I'm charging you $25 off top. I'm not announcing it a second time. I don't give a fuck who was in the bathroom. You asked for it. You should have stayed and held your piss until you heard it. I can't help you. I can't fucking help you. So
I don't mind the shout outs as much. It's more just like the timing. If I'm really in my bag, I don't really want to.
I think the only reason I hate the shout outs is if you came here and it's just you and two of your people and you wanted a birthday shout out and I shout you out and it's crickets, then it's like, why the fuck I shout you out? If I shout you out and you have a fat ass group of like 15 people that are all like, hey, yeah, happy birthday, then cool. Then it added a little hype to it.
But I feel like it's almost never crickets. Like, people love a birthday shout out even if they don't know the person.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of times it can be crickets.
Really?
Maybe it's the way
I think it's how you do it.
Maybe.
Because I'm always like, make some noise for Stephanie, woo! And like, people always go crazy for Stephanie, even if it's not, they don't know Stephanie.
I gotta step my game up there. Maybe I'm chilling because I feel like sometimes it's crickets, especially if you ain't got like a big group with you.
It's all about how you do it, kids.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not always about the function. It's about how you function.
I'm learning that I'm trash, America.
It's okay. We're all trash a little bit.
Facts.
Grateful to be here though.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm big on sleep. So of course, I also hate that I lose sleep, but I'm also big on naps on the weekend. So if I have to get a nap in before my Saturday gigs. Like that's a big deal for me.
As Juicy J once said, real hustlers don't sleep.
Hey,
taking naps.
Look. I don't need a full 8 hours, but like give me a good 2. And I'm straight.
2 hours.
Look.
Oh my god.
What kind of naps you take?
For a nap, 45 minutes.
Only 45 minutes? That's it?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not. I can't even. That's me. That's me dozing off, checking the inside of my eyelids for cracks. That's me dozing off.
If I fall asleep for 2 hours, I am in REM sleep, and I'm like, the rest of my day is probably gonna be cooked.
Really? Oh no, I'm straight. Give me a good 2 hours. I'm straight. Now, granted, it might take me a minute to wake up, but I'll be good. I needed that. Yeah, man. Also, another big pet peeve, and this is with any clubs. Look, if I'm in a booth, I want a fan. It gets hot in those clubs. I am a big fan guy. I don't like dripping sweat and everything while I'm playing. I like to have a fan. So I like to be comfortable when I play.
One of my favorite things about doing a podcast with you is we're so opposite.
Because you don't use a fan at all.
Hell no. Because
I need a fan.
Okay, here's the thing. When I have never been to a club and seen a fan that isn't just full of dust in the back. I don't want this dusty ass fan blowing on me all night. I would rather sweat.
Ew. No. Because you ain't gonna get no sweat stains, nothing like that.
What do I care? I'm working.
I mean, true, but like I want to look presentable. I don't need all my sweat showing here, and no, I want to be comfortable. If it's dusty, fine. And honestly, if I need to, I'll clean it off. Bro, the fan we have now isn't even dusty. You don't even use that.
No, I don't like club fans. Like they're gross.
I put that in there.
That's cool. I don't fucking use it. Take it out.
No, I'm not taking it out. If that fan moves, somebody dies. I'm dead ass. If I go in there and there's no fan, it's gonna be a fucking problem. I need a fan. I do not like playing without having cold air on me. But that's just I be hot. But I'm also I ain't gonna lie, I'm twice size. I'm a big dog.
Yeah.
So I be getting uncomfortable. I'm not trying to sweat the whole time.
Yeah, and if I'm sweating, I feel I'm like in tune with my sweat. I'm like, oh, it's detoxing. This is healthy. keep me sweating and spicy.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm very zen about it, and then I'll go home and shower, and it's like it's kind of like I killed 2 birds with 1 stone because I basically got a sauna and I was at work.
Nah, bruh. And I can't wait to get home and shower after because I've been sweating.
Yeah, me too.
I can't go to bed without showering first.
No?
I'm not getting in my bed dirty as fucking sweaty. Nasty.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I'm not a barbarian.
No.
Come on.
How often do you wash your sheets?
I would say probably a week and a half every other week, something like that.
Okay, that's good.
something like that.
I was talking to someone the other day, and they said once a month. And I was like, that's pretty crazy.
Honestly,
I'm a weekly guy.
I should easily just do it with my laundry that I do weekly, but like I had a king size bed. It's a lot to put the sheets on and off. It's a lot of work. Yeah. And also I'm stupid. I like when I put one sheet on, the other side pop off and everything, and I'm chasing it around, so it's a lot of work.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start a whole other podcast to start venting about that.
I was gonna say, yeah,
I got mattress trauma too. I got all kinds of trauma: mattress trauma, nightlife trauma.
Oh, like nightlife trauma. Look, I started seeing therapists for a reason. Shit, go see a therapist, America. Last thing, I just want to know one thing because I know it's something I've done and I was told that it was abnormal. Have you ever DoorDashed to one of your gigs?
Oh, like ordered DoorDash? No.
You've never ever DoorDashed?
No, I've never DoorDashed to my sets. I have obviously ordered food in the function, and then I always will bring something to eat. So
okay, so
I try to bring. First of all, I try to eat like pretty quick before my gig, like within maybe an hour. And then I always, hopefully I'll have like a protein bar or like some kind of snack to bring.
Okay. So you're just prepared then, because you'll bring food, but you're just prepared.
Yeah, I'm prepared, and I like to keep that thing on me. I don't have to worry about running outside.
I don't care. I'll text the door. Hey, let him up, bro. You got my sandwich.
Party with the Jimmy John's guy.
Bro, I'll shout him out too. He deserves a shout out. He saved me, man. Look, I've only done it once. I've only actually done it once because I try and eat like right before the gig, so I'm like good.
Yeah,
but
I've thought about it before. There's been some nights when it's like, oh,
but it was one of our like 12-hour days. I was struggling to get food, and so
that stuff's crazy.
I was like, bro, if I don't eat, we gonna be done with music today.
I will say I have DoorDashed while doing like a dispensary gig, and I'll just put in the notes like, I am the DJ at House of Dank. And that's pretty tight because they walk in there and they walk right up to you and you're like, thank you.
And no one gives them no problems neither.
Nope.
That's clutch.
They walk right up in there.
That's clutch.
Yeah. So yeah, I always try to bring a snack. That it was actually, I had a hilarious thing happen a couple weeks ago. I thought I would tell you about.
Okay, hit me with it.
So normally, like I said, I like to bring a protein bar or something to my set to keep me nice and full. Well, on this specific night, we were out of protein bars, but we're mentioning Jimmy John's. I went to Jimmy John's earlier that day, and I had enough reward points to get a free cookie. So I get my free cookie. And so I bring my cookie to the gig that night, and it was the night that was the last Lions game when they got like knocked out of
playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knocked out of their greatness streak. And the vibes in the club were just like sour. Yep. We start late, so I'm sitting there and I'm talking to one of the bartenders, and we're just chatting it up for maybe like a half hour, 40 minutes while we're waiting for this game to end so I can kick off the music. Mm-hmm. He got up, and I realized when he got up that he was sitting on my cookie the whole time.
Yo, free cookie.
He was sitting on my cookie, and it was warm. It was like as if that cookie had just been baked. So let me ask you this: what do you do with that cookie?
Throw it the fuck away. Throw it away. Throw it away. That is no longer your cookie.
Well, he didn't fart.
I don't give a fuck. What if he don't wash his ass?
I mean, it wasn't like he sat right on the cookie. The cookie was in plastic, and he had pants on.
No,
probably underwear.
No, not today, Satan. We don't eat booty cookies.
So you would have went without a snack that night and went hungry.
Yes, I'm not eating a cookie you sat on. I know you. I'm not. If you sit on my cookie right now, I'm not eating it.
Why?
That's disgusting.
Well, we're different men. I ate the cookie.
You ate it?
I ate the cookie. It tasted good. It was like a normal cookie, but it was warm. It was like a hot chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, in Jesus' name, no. Bro, and the fact that it was warm is even more disgusting. Wait, how long did he sit on it? Was it just a quick sit in it, or was he sitting on it?
No, we talked for like half hour, 45 minutes.
No, and you ate it?
Yeah.
Dog. I look at you a little different. I'm not going.
It was wrapped in plastic.
Dog, I can't.
It was sealed.
I can't. There's just no way. And it was smushed too. So he was like peeling.
It was a little smush.
Pieces. Oh, Jesus.
I've always liked smushed food though. Like when I was little, I used to. I'm not kidding. You can ask my mom. I used to eat a lot of Rice Krispie treats, but I would stomp on them first. I swear to God, they're so much better when they're squished.
You stomped on your Rice Krispies before you ate them?
Oh yeah, and we would get like the Sam's Club big boxes of them, and I would every day, like at lunch, I would just throw that shit on the ground and and everyone would be like, "What are you doing?" I'd be like, "They're way better this way. Try it." I started that fucking trend in my middle school of like everyone was doing it. Yeah.
Do you still do it?
I don't really eat those anymore too much, but I would. Yeah.
I was like 30 years old. If I gave you a Rice Krispie right now, you stepping on it before you eat it?
Now that we had this conversation, yes, 100%. All I can say is that night, I guarantee you, I performed better by eating the cookie. And that is my only job as a DJ is to perform well. I have one job, make it sound good. And that butt cookie helped me make it sound good.
We would have ended my gig early because I would have thrown up because I feel like that cookie had butt taste in it. It was ass on it.
No, it didn't. The cookie was a good cookie. And if you want to walk out of your gig over a cookie, guess what? Guess who will step in? Cover your ass.
Go ahead. Eat all the booty cookies you want. Because it ain't going to be me. It ain't going to be me. God damn. I love you, but I think we need to end on that note. Booty cookies is crazy.
Eat the booty cookies. It's not that big of a deal. Life is short. You don't want to be without your snacks. I don't see the big deal.
I don't know what's more shocking, like that or like the Rice Krispie thing isn't like bad. It's just like really interesting. But it's also very fitting for you.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
It just is. Why you take offense? It makes sense.
It's you.
It makes sense.
Ew, gross. It's disgusting. I'd rather walk out of my gig, but it's you.
No. The Rice Krispies, not the booty cookies. But that's also fitting. You're a nice guy.
Tune in next week, folks. I'm Sean.
Nightlife Tapes, episode 3. I'm B-Walk, bro. Oh, my God. Booty cookies.
It's Nightlife.
Booty cookies.
That shit was good, man. Shut up.